Special thanks to Patreon supporter Caden Hall for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the 10.5cm K Gepanzerte Selbstfahrlafette. I can probably completely butcher that, but we're going to go ahead and go by the more simpler name of the Dicker Max. The Dicker Max was a prototype self-propelled gun used by Nazi Germany during World War II. Although it was originally designated as the Skartenbrecher, or bunker buster, for use against the French Maginot Line defenses. Following the defeat of France, it was evaluated for its use as a tank destroyer on the Eastern Front. It was intended to be used against bunkers at ranges beyond which the bunker could return fire. Development by Krupp began in 1939 with the conquest of France completed. The design was without a purpose, so it was suggested that it be used as a heavy tank destroyer. 2 prototypes were ordered, completed in January 1941, and demonstrated in front of Hitler on March 31st, 1941. If troop trials were successful, it was estimated that the series production could begin in early 1942. The vehicle itself never went into full production, and only the 2 prototypes were the only ones built from this series. Overall, pretty interesting vehicle here. As I mentioned, it does have a 10.5cm gun, which roughly translates to 105 millimeter gun. So definitely a really big gun to be on a tank destroyer. If you think about it, a little bit overkill for basically what they were facing at the time. The 88 long barrel gun was by far perfect for the role that it was doing, and was very effective at that. So this 105mm gun really wouldn't have made a huge difference. It would have just actually probably made the vehicle worse in terms of rate of fire and all that stuff compared to the much lighter and smaller 88. So overall, pretty interesting design. I think it came out pretty good overall, but bit of an interesting vehicle, and it's also built on the Panzer IV chassis as well, in case you are wondering. Anyways, before we go ahead and jump into taking a look at this build, I want to go ahead and give special thanks to Patreon supporter Caden Hall for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more than you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the video description, where you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month and earn a vehicle request of your choosing. It helps support me personally on the channel and my work I do, and you also earn a cool vehicle request of your choice every month that you are a patron. So definitely feel free to check it out, and again, link is always in my video descriptions. Let's go ahead and dive into taking a quick look here at the vehicle and kind of see what we got going on here. So we just recently did a tutorial for the Nashorn, and really it's pretty similar in kind of structure, I guess, to the Nashorn. So the Nashorn basically being the 88mm counterpart to this, which probably was favored over this design. Starting off with, we have obviously the front sloped armor like that. We have the 2 basically driver and co-driver positions there on the front. As I work our way back, we have basically the casemate here, which houses the gun. In the inside here, we have the breech here for the gun, all the different devices and instruments and stuff like that for operating and aiming the gun. And that's really about it. So you do get a little bit of interior for this build, which is pretty cool since it is open top, and it does have, you know, some pretty nice designs overall. You know, my new Panzer IV chassis design, which will go perfect with my other Panzer IVs that I've been releasing as tutorials. So definitely feel free to check those out and all that. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layers. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layers, we have layers 0 through 1. For these layers to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a nether brick slab followed by a nether brick top slab coming off of it. We then want to go and go back from this nether brick slab with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 nether brick blocks here in the ground, and then a nether brick upside down stair here on the very end. We're going to go ahead and then place down a grindstone like so, followed by a second grindstone coming off it, so you have 2 facing each other like so. And we're going to go ahead and repeat this a total of 4 times with our grindstones until we have a total of 8 grindstones in pairs of 2 here, basically going across the nether brick blocks that we just placed. And right there is going to basically create your road wheels here that are going to be running on the bottom. Last thing to do here is on the outside of the tank, we're just going to go and take our item frames, place down a row of item frames on those grindstones. They're going to place down stone blocks in those item frames like that. Once we have that done, we're going to grab our stone slabs. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of top slabs. They're going to be coming off this nether brick slab right here. We then want to go ahead and go back to this grindstone right here. So the second to last one, we're going to go ahead and place down a row 3 of stone top slabs as well. We then want to fill in the spaces together with our stone top slabs, create a nice basis here for the vehicle. And then over here on this side, we're going to go ahead and basically copy the same exact design we did over on the right side. So same thing, just over here for our tracks. So I'm going to go and do this a little bit faster, as I've already kind of covered in detail how to do it. And if you need to, you can refer to the other side, slow the video down, or kind of do whatever works for you guys here. But again, it's just the same exact design as the other side. And with how bad I'm placing blocks here, you probably can actually build this faster, if not along the same speed as I am. So anyways, that right there is going to do it there for our left side for our tracks. And with that, that is going to complete everything we have here for our first layer, layer number 1, or layers 0 and 1, sorry. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to begin with, we're going to place down a nether brick stair on top of those 2 top slabs. We then want to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of andesite walls across between those 2 stairs. Once we have that done, we're going to then grab ourselves an item frame. We're going to place it down on both sides here, these andesite walls to the far corners there. And we're going to then place down tripwire hooks in the item frames and rotate them facing downwards like so. Once we have that done, we're going to place down a row 3 of stone full blocks, and then a light gray shulker box here to both sides, followed by a stone button, which is going to go on the side of the shulker boxes. And then we're going to place down our item frame and then a cobweb in the item frame like that. So same thing over here. Once we have that done, we're going to place down another row 3 of stone going across here like so, with a nether brick top slab to both sides. Now from this top slab, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 nether brick top slabs back, and then a stone slab here on the very end. On the side of the stone slab here, we're going to place down our item frame with a cobweb in it. We're going to go to this first slab here, place down a dark oak wood sign, item frame, and a stone block in the item frame. We're going to go to this skip a space, place down another item frame with a stone block and a dark oak wood sign. And we're going to go and basically do the same thing here. So skip a space, item frame, dark oak wood sign, and again skip space, item frame, stone block, and dark oak wood sign. Like so for our tracks there. And we're going to go and take that same design and basically just do it to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and again do this a little bit quicker, as I've already kind of explained how to do the other side, and these sides are exactly the same to each other. So just like this, item frames, and our stone blocks. And that right there is going to basically do that. Now once we have that all done there, we're going to then take our stone blocks, and we're going to fill in the space in the middle here, going all the way back to these stone top slabs here. Now at this point here, we're going to then place down a light gray shulker box on both sides like so, and a stone block there in the middle. From this, we're going to go and then place down a skeleton skull on the sides of these 2 stone slabs, and then a stone stair come off the slab like so toward the back. And with that all the way there, that is going to basically do it there for layer number 2. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we move into layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a row of 5 of iron trapdoors across this section here, followed by an item frame to both sides and a snowball in the item frames like that. We also want to go ahead and place down a light gray carpet on top of this dark oak, or this nether brick stair. Once we have that done, we're going to take our daylight detectors, we're going to place down a row 3 across the back here, and we're going to go and turn these daylight detectors here to the night mode. After that, we're going to place down a redstone repeater on the left side and flip the notches as far back as possible, followed by an iron trapdoor that goes back and another redstone repeater here, this time facing perpendicular to that one, and your notches flipped up, or spread apart. After we have that all complete, we're going to go and then grab ourselves a spruce wood slab, a grindstone, an anvil, and a dark oak wood sign. And we're going to go ahead and go over to this side. We're going to place a spruce wood slab, skip a space, an anvil, and then a grindstone on its side, and a dark oak wood sign here come off the side of the anvil, like so. Now for this middle section here, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone slab. We're going to place it down there directly in the center. And we want to go ahead and then place down a stone upside down stair directly behind it. Now to both sides of that, we're going to go ahead and place down smooth stone blocks like this. And then an upside down stone stair coming off of, like that toward the front. Once we have that complete, we're also going to go ahead and go to this smooth stone slab block. We're going to place down an item frame on the side of it like so. And then in that item frame, we're going to place down a black bed and rotate it facing toward the rear like so. We then want to go ahead and take our stone blocks. We're going to place down a row of 3 that goes across here like so. And then an andesite wall there to both sides. Once we have that done, we're going to place down an andesite wall again to both sides like that. And we're going to place down again a row of 3 of stone blocks. We're going to then go back from the andesite walls, 1, 2, 3 stone blocks, and 1, 2, 3. And we're going to then place down a andesite wall on both sides like this. Place down an andesite wall coming on the insides here like that, and then we're going to place down a light gray shulker box on the side like that toward the rear. Now in that shulker box, or coming off of it, we're going to place down a stone button, a item frame, and a light gray, a stone block in the item frame like that. Now once we have that done there, we're going to go to the andesite wall here. Over here to the right side, we're going to place down an item frame, dark oak wood sign, and we're going to then place down a red stained glass block in that item frame like so. Once we have that done, we want to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull, which is going to come off of this smooth stone block here. And we want to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood signs going forward. So 1, 2, and 3. And then this andesite wall right here is going to be replaced with a light gray concrete block on its side, just like that. And once we have that all complete there, that's going to basically wrap up that. And to do a little bit of the interior here that we do have, very simply, we're going to place down a stone stair right here in this section like that. A smooth stone top side there to both sides, and that's right there is almost it. Last thing we're going to do is place down a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off this stair like so. And that right there is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 3 for the build. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, go ahead and move into our next layer. We'll be moving into layer number 4. So for layer 4 here, to go ahead and get started with, we're going to place down a stone block, which is going to go ahead and go on top of this stone stair. We're going to then place down 1 and 2 more stone blocks going forward. Now, when we get to this point here, right here, you will have a problem here with your trapdoor acting a little funky, and if you do have power, or the power of getting a debug stick, so whichever version of Minecraft you are on, I believe most of them do have access to the debug stick, especially if you have World Edit on Java. And basically what we want to do here is you want to select this and choose the option that has the selected open option, and we're going to change this to false. And we're also going to go and place down iron trapdoors on both sides of this one and also change these to false. Now, if for whatever reason you cannot place those, I do recommend maybe swapping them out for dark oak wood trapdoors. Would probably be the best in this case. Again, iron trapdoors are the preferred because they match the build the best, but if you have to, you can use dark oak wood trapdoors instead. Yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and continue on. Now, from this point, we're going to then take our andesite walls. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 andesite walls forward. And we want to go and then place down a nether brick stair. And in our nether brick stair come off like that. On the back of the stair here, we're going to place down an item frame. And then in that item frame, we're going to place down a black concrete block. We also want to place down dark oak wood signs here to both sides of the stairs. So just like that. And then on top here of the stairs, we're going to place down black carpet like that. With that all complete here, we're going to go back to this section. We're going to place down a daylight detector on top of the stone block. And we're going to turn this to night mode. Just like that. We then want to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of stone blocks across like so, and an andesite wall to both sides. We're also going to go ahead and go to this top section here, and for this top section we're going to place down a andesite wall, or sorry, a item frame on top of those 2 stairs, and we're going to place down a stone slab here in the item frame, and we're going to rotate it around so the slab is on the outer sides there of the item frames. So same thing like that on both sides there for the hatches. With that done, going ahead and continue on, we're going to take our stone stairs, and we want to go ahead and then place down a row, or sorry, we're going to go and place down a row 3 of stone slabs to begin with, and we want to go and then place down a row 3 of upside down stone stairs. Going back from those andesite walls, we're going to place down 2 walls back on both sides here, and we want to go and then take our skeleton skulls, place down 1, 2, 1, 2 like that on the sides. After that, we're going to then place down a row of 1, 2 stone stairs, 1, 2, and across the back here we're going to place down a row 3 of stone stairs and a skeleton skull on both sides. Once we have that done, we're going to then place down a smoker right here for the interior, followed by a dark oak fence gate coming off the smoker like so. We then want to take our stone blocks and place down 1 and 2 stone blocks down the center. And we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick upside stair, which is going to be facing this direction like so. Coming off the face here of the stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor and close it like so. And we want to go and then go, excuse me, over to the other side here. We're going to place down a stone block here, a skeleton skull coming off that block, iron trapdoor in this section right here. And from this point here, we're going to then take a dark oak wood fence gate, place it down coming off the stair here. Dark oak wood sign to both sides of the fence gate. And we want to go and then place down a register repeater on top of this right here. So just like that. And we're going to go ahead and then take our daylight detector, place down a daylight detector right up on top there. We then want to go ahead and take a nether brick fence post. We're going to place it down on top of this iron bar right there. And then we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull on top of that nether brick fence post, just like that. Once that's done, we're going to go to these 2 stone ups down stairs. We're going to place down a stone top slab to both sides of those stairs. And on the very back here, we're going to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone slabs. We then also want to go and grab a nether brick fence post, and we're going to be going ahead and going to this skull right here. We're going to go and replace this skull with a fence post, and then go up 1, 2, 3, and yeah, we're going to go up 3 iron bars. And then up on top here, we're going to basically do a little bit of detail here with our item frames. So just basically a rail on these 2 right here. A item frame here on both sides, a stone block in those item frames, and a stone button here on top of those slabs. And once we have that all complete there, that's going to basically wrap up my design here for the Dicker Max Heavy Tank Destroyer. Hope you guys do enjoy this build and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This would be anything from a sign on the build to my channel or this video if this is a social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for a project you guys are working on to overall enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. But other than that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's been great to it, and I'll see you guys next time.